Okay, I think people should be able to see us now. Okay, it will tell us also how many people are in the. Bring this over a bit. Okay, that's better. So today's topic is on business opportunities in Rwanda. So yes, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much. I have changed my name here on YouTube. It was Live Le Voyage, which means live the journey. But I felt like I had to change it to Lady Visionary because it better describes the type of person that I am. So, yes, guys, Lady Visionary is my new name. So, we're just going to go ahead and wait for some people to join. Yeah. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, again, please just give us a thumbs up and just go ahead and subscribe, show some support. I really appreciate it. So we're just gonna go and wait a few minutes for some other people to join. Yeah.
Can maybe talk about a little bit about Lady
Hi, we have someone here. Hi, so this is my first live. Thank you so much for joining. Today we're talking about business opportunities in Africa, specifically Rwanda. So our viewers out there, let me know, like, where are you watching from? As I said, I'm actually new to this whole live thing, so please bear with us. I don't know how to see the comments, so if you can just let me know where you are listening from, that would be great. And we'll just wait for some other few people to join as well. Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear okay. Okay. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Much appreciated. Let us know where you're watching from. Is it just me that I can't see the comments? Let's have a look. Comment shows up. This is an example. Okay. Comments should show here, so I'm not quite sure if I need to go to the private chat or like this says comments should show here. So I'm hoping that hi. You're from Germany. Hello and welcome. Are you new to the channel? Wakanda Agent. Wow, I love that name. Are you new to the channel? Let me know. Are you doing any sort of business within Africa or thinking about doing any business in Africa?
Anyway, you can go ahead and maybe start to talk about opportunities in Africa.
Oh, fantastic. Whereabouts in Africa? Oh, hi. If you're new to the channel, sorry, if you've just joined, we're talking about business opportunities in Africa. Specifically, I'm talking about business opportunities in Rwanda. So we're just waiting for a few others to join, and then we're going to get the conversation going. This is my first live, so please bear with me. Thank you so much for joining the family. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and just give us a thumbs up while you're here. I appreciate it so much. So we've got a few people in the chat. So we're just going to go ahead and address the topic. Just want to just let you know a bit about myself. I have changed my channel name. My name here is Lady Visionary. It was Live Le Voyage. Live Le Voyage simply means live the journey. But I feel like Lady Visionary more describes who I am as a person, and that's why I've changed the channel name. If you are new, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Today we're talking about business opportunities in Rwanda. My name is Kerry-Ann Masazera. I've got my husband who's with me, who's a Rwandese.
Yeah.
So I am a African born in Jamaica, but my lovely husband here, he's a Rwandese. So yeah, he's an African born in Rwanda. So yeah, guys. So specifically today we're talking about business opportunities in Rwanda. Rwanda has a booming economy. It's been doing really, really well over the last couple of years in terms of tourism. The economy is booming a lot. They're getting a lot of international visitors. I've been visiting Rwanda since 2014. I was in Rwanda a couple of months before the lockdown. I came back to the UK because a family member of mine had passed away. And then unfortunately things made a wrong turn, and we're here sort of dealing with this pandemic. So I'm actually stuck here in the UK, but I can't wait to get back to Rwanda. Yeah. So if I'm looking down, guys, I have written notes, so please bear with us. Rwanda has a population of about 13 million. So I think when you're thinking about business opportunities in Rwanda, in Africa in general, specifically just talking about Rwanda, I don't think you need to just home in and just think about your market being just Rwandans. I think you have to think about the East African community. So we're talking about Congo, Burundi, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, South Sudan, So just really thinking about tapping into those different markets when it comes to your business opportunities. Yeah. Someone said beautiful, just tuning in to hear you guys speak on the situation. Oh, thank you and welcome. So this applies to any sort of ventures that you're going out to do, I think, whether it's in East Africa, but just thinking about the wider market as opposed to, I don't know, I'm going to focus on this specific population, especially if you want to bring something that's of value. And, you really have to think about the wider market, even thinking about the international market as well, how to, yes, provide a service to that region, but how can you branch out your business so that it can be competitive on an international level? That's what I think, really. Yeah. Guys, if there's anyone here who has started up a business within Africa and you have something valuable to share on this platform, I'm going to send out the link and you guys can come in and just join me. Is there anyone here who wants to join the chat and just, if you're doing any sort of business or thinking about business opportunities, is it something that you want to discuss on the channel? I'll just paste the link here. Then you can come in and just, talk to us about anything that you're doing.
Yeah. If I should say about business in Africa is that these days there is a wake of Africans, whatever they're living, either in USA, Europe. There's this movement you can see in the people when they're talking about going back to Africa. What can they do in Africa? What type of business they can venture into? So I think, and also some people talking, but I think this talk has been here for a long time. This is a time to take action. you know,
Yeah, definitely.
to take actions and go there to Africa and invest. Because if you continue to talk, sometimes we go out there and then blame the government, the system. But when you ask yourself why, then you're not there to help. Because I believe you can be in your own corner, do something good. Your brother or sister can join you as well and do the same thing, and then maybe you can all together uplift the country.
Yes, because
So for us, we as a couple, so we decided to try to give a try and go to Africa to um, you know start
yeah,
invest.
invest,
Yeah, you know what I
because
mean.
a lot of the times, a lot of people complain that, what is the government doing? But I think also we need to think about how can we bring a contribution? What can we do in terms of business opportunities that, to employ the locals? What can we do to advance Africa? What contributions are we going to bring to the table? So, and I've noticed that there are a few new people joining. The topic today is business opportunities in Africa. Specifically, we're talking about Rwanda today. So, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being here. If there's anything that you want to come contribute, I have sent the link. I will send it again, or you can just send a message through if you'd like to join. If you have a business opportunity that you are working on or you've started within Africa and you want to share here on the channel, please feel free to come in and speak to us. So one of the things I noticed specifically in Rwanda was that they imported like a lot of like rice. There's a lot of importation of foods, and something like rice. I don't think that Rwanda needs to import. I think that there's enough resources on the ground for them to be able to produce rice within the country, because the imported rice that we saw was so expensive, seriously. And I can just imagine how much they're paying out to these international companies to import rice. So I think that's an opportunity if you're interested to sort of go down that route of producing rice. It's definitely an opportunity that's in Rwanda, and it's definitely an area where you can earn a good profit, I think. Because we need to stop importing unnecessary products from abroad when we can grow those products on the ground within Africa.
Yeah, I know they're like rice. Some they get them from Tanzania, which is a neighboring country. But can you imagine they get rice from Pakistan?
Yeah, Pakistan.
Yeah, it's the India side, you know. And if you want to compare the land, in Pakistan or India and Africa, we have better countries to grow those kind of food like rice.
Yes.
So if someone want to invest in agriculture business, definitely there's a huge demand. Because I believe Rwandese or Eastern African in general community, they love rice. So
people are eating rice every day. There's a huge potential in terms of that area of business, if that's something that you're interested in. And I think when it comes to business, you shouldn't just do any business. It should be something that you're passionate about, because I believe that if there's no passion, you would not get the fullness of it. And just to invest that passion and drive will also help in the success of that particular business, that adventure that you want to undertake. Another business opportunity, guys, is poultry farming. It's big. It's big. And the challenge in Rwanda, I think, is that a lot of the farming, in terms of poultry farming, is very much on a small scale, and it's just not sufficient, I think. And I think there's even a call for people to do this sort of farming on a larger scale. So big opportunities in terms of poultry farming. Eggs, like they need eggs, they need chicken for meat. so there's a huge potential in terms of poultry farming, and it's something that we're thinking about ourselves to do in Rwanda. But again, it's something that you really need to be serious about. It requires a lot of time, but I know poultry farming, it doesn't require a lot of investment. Like the startup costs are very small, and the startup costs are very small. So it's something that you can definitely jump onto. Hi, Ken. Welcome. Where are you listening in from? Let me know.
I think chicken farming in Rwanda, it's you know, sometimes when you think about business, we tend to think dream big. We want to like you start to think the business, so you can see the at the end of the tunnel you're gonna get a good profit. But sometimes you don't want to basically to take all your savings, all your income, to start a business. So sometimes it's better to start smaller. You start small business and then it can grow. So I think chicken business or poultry farming, it's the way you can start your business like a trial, and then slowly you can see basically your business growing. Because in Rwanda they love eggs. You can export eggs to neighboring countries like Congo is like a big market. You can export your eggs to Uganda, Kenya, or even beyond. So there's also the needs of meat. Like now Rwanda is a hub of international meetings coming to Kigali. So imagine there is like a lot of hotels coming up, and those hotels they're gonna need suppliers. They're gonna need people to supply them, and they need. When you see maybe the business opportunity, you're gonna see maybe few people, or mostly like those people so-called who have like less money, or village people who don't have means to invest at large scale. So when, for example, those big hotels or big company they want to order like a meat on a big scale, sometimes they struggle because there's no consistent suppliers. So that's why
basically the supply doesn't meet the demand.
Yeah, thank you. So that's why if you go into that business and you really got there, you start from small and then you can grow.
Yes,
you can expand. Actually, and when you see if you talk to people how they start like maybe even 100 chicken or 200 chicken, even 400 chicken, it's less than 1,000 grand, but
pounds,
it can 1,000 pounds, and it can basically give you money maybe after every month it can give you almost 2,000 pounds.
Yes, true.
Yeah, after the expenses. So I think if you really want to invest in Africa, you can start from small money, just small money, and you can
as little as like £1,000 to start. Sometimes we just need to say today's the day where we're going to start, instead of thinking, oh, we need a huge sum of money. I'm seeing some others joining us. Welcome to the chat. If you're new, please go ahead and subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Today we're talking about business opportunities in Africa. If you have anything that you want to contribute to the platform, please come in and talk to us. If you have started a business or thinking about starting a business and just want to share on this platform to inspire others to get going, because a lot of Ken, he said Ken is still saying her hubby actually started a poultry farm before, so that's encouraging to see. So you've got the knowledge there already.
She can join and share the
so if your hubby wants to join and share the experience, please, I'll repost the link. So if you want to come in and speak to the people, then please feel free. But yeah, that's poultry farming is, I think there's huge potential. I don't know about Rwanda specifically, but I know in the UK the poultry business is worth 4.6 billion pounds. You know, and here in the UK they also export to 21 different countries as well. So it's massive. We've got opportunities around fruits and vegetables. If that's something that you would want to go into, you know, that's, you know, food business, and is has a huge potential. People are eating every single day. There's demand not just within Africa but all around the world. Africa already feeds the world, you know. So
yeah, it's true.
there's huge
Look,
potential.
look
when
during
it comes
this
to
pandemic,
yeah,
everything,
exactly.
literally everything stopped. But food,
People are still eating.
yes, they have to eat. Yes, they're indoors, but they have to eat. So I think you can't go wrong with food business as long as you know what you're doing and you do your study and then go there and start. And you don't have to invest a lot of money, as I was saying before. So yeah. Anybody, of course, who want to share the experience or who are planning to, of course, travel back to Africa and invest, they can share the knowledge.
Please come in and share with us. Don't be afraid. Like, this is my first live, so yeah, guys, I'm starting somewhere, you know. Another sort of big potential I saw within Rwanda was with regard to flowers. I got married in Rwanda to this guy here, and in Rwanda there's a weddings every single week, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So every single weekend there is a wedding, and I worked with a lady named Gogo, and she sourced her flowers for my wedding and other weddings from Kenya. So, you know, she's having to pay, like, you know, huge costs in terms of you know, transportation and going to Kenya and sourcing the flowers as well. So if we had people who are interested to grow flowers, I think also Kenya also exports flowers also to Europe. Imagine. So there's potential in terms of starting that florist business in Rwanda. You'll get customers every single weekend, back to back, without fail. I think it's an amazing opportunity. Yeah, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, in Rwanda, they believe in marriage, so there's a wedding every weekend, and there are other events and stuff. And I believe flowers is a huge, you know, investment. If you want, you can get really good money, and also you can, you know, export to Europe or America, because I know many countries like you know, Kenya, they export flowers to Europe. So you can feed the local market, and of course, why not, you know, export the flowers abroad? Yeah.
I'm just seeing Yusuf El Bebe, I think that's the name, who's interested in repatriating and has an interest in agriculture. Oh, you're watching from California. Oh, amazing.
Hi there.
Amazing. Was there anything specific, like in terms of agriculture? Obviously, agriculture is huge. What were you thinking about specifically? Do you want to come in and share anything with us? Feel free.
Yeah, I love diaspora thinking to go back to the motherland and that's something. I think this is the way to do things. I have friends. I myself, you know, I was born in Africa and but came, I think, when I was in my 20s. So did my universities studies here. You know, bachelor degree, university in Europe. But I have friends from Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, everywhere, South Africa, Zambia. They always say that, oh, we want to go back home. Even those who came a bit earlier, like Caribbean, Americans, everybody wants to say, well, I want to go back home. But we are trapped with the job we are doing here
in Europe,
in Europe, because
or
you live by a dollar. Every day is
Americas.
another dollar or pounds here in the UK. But sometimes it's good, as Joseph is saying, it's good that think, plan just how you can go home and start something. Because sometimes to do a business within a week or 2 weeks, holiday is very difficult. It's very difficult, and some it can create conflict between even families. Sometimes you believe your brother or sister will help you back home to do something, but actually, if you don't have that follow up, it's very difficult. So that's why I like the ideas of people saying, "Let's go home."
Welcome,
go home.
Dane. Is it Gullo from watching us from Belgium? Welcome, welcome. Are you thinking about doing business in Africa, or have you started anything in Africa? Just let us know. Do you want to share anything on the platform? Let us know. So anybody that's new in, we're talking about business opportunities in Africa. Specifically, we're talking about Rwanda. Yeah. So I think you know more about meat processing within Rwanda. So I'm going to let him speak about that business opportunity.
Yeah.
In terms of meat processing.
Yeah, meat processing is again huge demand because people in general Africa they love meat. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, they love meat, especially goat meat and beef, you know,
chicken.
Yeah. So now, because we are focused on especially Rwanda as a country, but also Rwanda is within Eastern Africa, a community, and we are similar somehow. We love meat, goat. When I don't know anybody who has been in Rwanda, every restaurant, every hotel, you will see people. You know, they always ask what they call nyama choma in Kenya or Rwanda. They always ask, you know, meat. You know, in Rwanda it's known as brochette, and people who are in the bars and so on drinking. They always drink, eating, you know, meat, goat meat or you know beef, and they call it brochettes, and they'll be drinking, you know, ordering, you know, matoke or potatoes, you know, grilled one. So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong to invest into meat processing because you can have a house, a slaughterhouse, you know, where you basically you can slaughter animals and sell the meat, or you can have like a big chicken, you know, poultry, you know, farm where basically you can slaughter the chicken and sell to the supermarket or to the hotels, or also everyday life you can have your own meat plant where people are coming, or meat shop where people can come to buy, or you can also invest into, you know, to be a farmer. So and then you can supply those people, as I say, you know, poultry farming, or you can have like a cows. In Rwanda in general, it's not about even meat. Rwandese, they love milk, you know. When you talk about milk production is something very, very important in Rwanda. It's like everybody is part of the culture. Everyone loves milk.
They consume a lot of milk.
So some you can bring those, you know. Also, you can add value on milk production or meat production as well.
So not to cut you there, Esther, who's joined us, thank you so much for joining, Esther. She's listening in from the USA, and her question is, are these business opportunities good for any part of Africa? I think the business opportunities we're discussing today are definitely transferable across Africa. So definitely, I believe that this will also work in Tanzania. We didn't talk about Tanzania, but
talking about Tanzania again is a neighboring country to Rwanda, because all goods we as a Rwanda imports from you know Asia or anywhere they pass through Tanzania. There is there's a port, a big port there. It's like international port, and so if you are based in Tanzania, is I think for me, I think is one of the good strategy country to live in, because when you order your stuff or you want to importing or exporting, it's a nice country to do business in. I never traveled to Tanzania myself.
We'd love
we are
to visit
thinking to go to
Tanzania. That's
Tanzania,
on the list.
Zanzibar.
That's on the
maybe
list.
maybe when we go to that trip, we can share how the country is and so on. But I have, because it's a neighbor country, I have friends from Tanzania, and Tanzania is a beautiful country, and there is a huge opportunity to do business as well. But if you want to go there, also you need to learn a little bit of Swahili.
Are you Tanzanian? So I'm not sure whether she's Tanzanian, so she may actually be from Tanzania. So she actually speaks Swahili. Do you speak Swahili? Are you from Tanzania? Let us know. So the next question is, I'm interested in real estate business in Africa. I'll be traveling to Africa this summer. But which country are you specifically thinking about traveling to? When it comes to real estate in Africa, I think real estate is booming. I was watching something in Ghana of a guy who has a real estate company in Ghana, and Ghana is booming as well in terms of the economy. So definitely, I think real estate, to be honest, you can't really go wrong. We have also invested in real estate in Rwanda. So yeah, I think real estate is a amazing business opportunity.
It is. Yeah. These days, there's what they call in Africa, especially the middle class. Everyone wants to own the house, and when you see, like in Kigali, for example, the houses, there is booming. It's booming, especially because it's modern house these days they are building, so you can also again start from somewhere. So you can start with one house, two house. You can buy apartment. Those apartments actually you can rent these days, because Rwanda now in Kigali, there's many people, foreigners coming to Kigali, and sometimes the hotels they are full, booked, and you can tap into, for example, booking.com, you can have apartments and or Airbnb. So that's you. Now we have like a social media platform where you can advertise your business. And again, something which I saw is there's a gap, because in Rwanda there is real estate, but they are not that. I should put this way, that they're not that professional in terms of helping customers, because somehow you go there and you don't know who's gonna help you. There's a commissioner, they take you there, and their houses are there, but
so it lacks structure in terms of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
You find sometimes that they lack structure, but there are some up and coming real estate which we haven't used, but they're up and coming, and you really find that there's a bit more of a structure. I'd say several years ago when we went there in 2016, a lot has changed since then in terms of the real estate and structure. So that's definitely an area, buying property, selling property, building property, buying land, selling land. I think real estate, to be honest, you can't go wrong in Africa. And I think Africa is on the rise, and I'm so happy that more people from the diaspora are sort of waking up to the opportunities and realizing that we need to contribute to the development of Africa and the progress of Africa by us coming into Africa and bringing our money into the economy. There's a lot we can do for Africa and its people. There's a lot we can do in terms of lifting people out of poverty by providing job opportunities and far more. So definitely it's something that more people from the diaspora need to sort of consider. And with regards to Rwanda, I know that the president has sort of encouraged people from the diaspora to come along and invest. The government and various bodies are willing to support you. So that's been really good, because even
Yeah,
for us,
yeah.
we've had a lot of support um,
From the local,
from local authorities
mhm.
with regards to doing business in Rwanda. So
Yeah, yes, like real estate, to be honest, is, people who want to invest in Africa in general. If you have that money, the business which I'm sure you can't go wrong is buying houses, or building apartments, or buying land, so that land you can sell it or you can develop it yourself, because you know you know you will never go wrong, because Africans, they they are now picking up. They have money. Actually, they're people who are doing that type of big business. They're gaining a lot of money. And when you see in Europe or America to start that type of big business, like for example, yesterday we were watching the Diana, she said, Diane is going to Ghana. We're
yeah,
talking about, or we watched some YouTube video about real estate in Ghana.
yes,
How this guy, forgot his name, but he's really doing well. So, he's getting money. He's a millionaire or even billionaire because of real estate.
exactly.
So you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, most definitely. We spoke a little bit about tourism in Rwanda, but I just want to come back to that. Tourism is on the rise in Rwanda. The good thing about the Rwandan government is that they have a visionary plan in place, and they're trying to attract more tourists to Rwanda. So obviously, with more people, they need more services. I think they had some sort of partnership with it. Is it with Chelsea? I don't want to be wrong. Is it
No,
sorry,
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Sorry. Yeah, so you know more about this football thing than I do. So you talk about that.
Yeah, I think Rwanda, the strategy. I'm not Rwanda. I mean, Rwandan official, but I know as a citizen, I follow up what's going on in Rwanda. They have like this huge vision of putting Rwanda on map. They then they cooperate, or they have like a contract between like those big countries, and also big. A big team like Arsenal recently. I think they signed with a contract again with a team from Paris Saint-Germain from France, because they want to promote Rwanda and put Rwanda on map. And they have this Rwanda as well as I don't know if anybody traveled with Rwanda, but we did travel Rwanda many times. It's very beautiful airline.
Yes.
And so now they want people to come. They want people to come to Rwanda. Either you are coming to visit the gorillas, either you're coming to see the park, or even people, or country as whole. So when whenever we go to Rwanda, you see many foreigners. You're like, wow.
Yeah. Wow.
So you can, so people who have ideas, people who want to, especially we are now talking about diaspora. If you want to go into that route, I'm sure you will never get disappointed, because the Rwanda as a government, even they encourage people to come, to invest in Rwanda. There's something we're going to talk about. I think it's also about opening a business in Rwanda, because when you discuss with other African brothers and sisters, sometimes they're struggling maybe to register the business back home. But in Rwanda, it doesn't matter you're Rwandese or English or American or Congolese or from Tanzania. Within 6 hours.
Just a moment. We've just seen some new people join the live. Today we're talking about business opportunities in Africa. Specifically, we're talking about Rwanda today. If you do have anything to share with us, please go ahead and join the live stream. If you've started a business or thinking about doing business in Africa, it doesn't have to be specifically Rwanda. please give us a thumbs up as well. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to share as well with family and friends. And, I think also we need to encourage others, people who are thinking about doing business in Rwanda. We need to start, and we need to start now. And we need to encourage others to get on board as well. So, yes, sorry, before I cut you, we were talking about registration of business in Rwanda.
Yeah, in Rwanda. So when, for example, we discuss with what we are doing in Rwanda with our friends here in the UK, those who are not Rwandese, they start to think you need to have this certain money, or maybe you have to do this and to do that. No, in Rwanda, either you're Rwandese or a foreigner or coming from Brazil or anywhere, within 6 months. Maybe my wife, she's gonna talk about registering the business because she was on the forefront about that. Literally within 6 hours, or let's say, a day, within a day, you get your business certificate,
yes.
and you can start
operate
immediately.
Yeah.
So you don't need they give you like 3 months visa to and then they can review what you're doing as a business, and then
give you further residency for a certain period of time, and then it's for review, and then you can basically extend your visa.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and you don't have to come to invest. In some other countries, maybe they put that out there, some limitation. You don't have to have a $1 million to bring to start business. No. It doesn't matter. You can bring $1,000, $2,000
and start
as we're talking about, growing, livestock. My friend is saying about that. Yeah. Or to do, some people, they like coffee farming or tea farming or poultry and so on. You can start from 1,000 and invest as a foreigner, and you get visa to stay in Rwanda, and of course they're gonna help you. That's the things which I love about Rwanda.
Yeah, Rwanda
the system is on top.
Yeah.
There's no corners or corruption or anything.
I mean, everywhere there's a bit of corruption. Oh, no, corruption is very low in Rwanda. They have a no-nonsense policy
I never experienced that. Whenever I went to ask a service from anywhere.
I've not experienced any corruption in Rwanda. But I think, you've touched on the whole bit, like registration of businesses in Rwanda. Rwanda is one of the safest place to do business. It's one of the easiest place, I think, also to do business in terms of registering your business. It's a very straightforward process. You can also do this online from anywhere in the world via a website called the Rwanda Development Board. You can actually visit the Rwanda Development Board in Kigali and register your business. It can take as quickly as 6 hours to register your business, and you can have your business certificates to operate within 6 hours. It was emailed to us, and it was like, wow, this actually works. Rwanda has a no-nonsense policy. They are trying to be very structured and organized in terms of the way that they do things. So, if you're coming to the country, you also need to be serious about what it is that you're doing within the country. So someone's just saying, could you okay, so I will put out my email so that you can send me an email. That's fine. I'll just put it out there now. Bear with me. Or if anyone else wants to get in touch via email, then I'm sending that email out now. So do feel free to connect with us if you're interested in buying land. We have our brother at the moment who's building a property in Naimata, which is near the airport that they're currently building. The second airport they're currently building in Rwanda.
It's going to be international, a big one.
It's a massive airport project. They started it a couple of years ago. They had to renegotiate some contracts, and now they're well on the way. So the airport is expected to be up and running by, I think, 2022. We've purchased land around the airport, and there's many other people who have seen the opportunities and started investing in land in the surrounding areas. So if you are interested in, getting a piece of land, because you can never really, you can't lose with land, like my husband always says, like, you'll have your money in the bank just there. We're in the UK, and how much interest do you get on your savings every month? But when you invest it in land, from my experience, specifically in Rwanda, that land does not depreciate, actually increases in value. So investing in land is it's a very good sort of investment for the future. We're not thinking about the here and now, we're thinking about progressing and moving forward. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to send your questions in to us. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys for listening. This is my first live. I hope there'll be more. There will be more, I promise. There will be more. You guys let me know what topics you'd like me to address. Yeah, let me know what topics that you'd like me to address. Specifically at the moment, the country I've chosen to invest in is Rwanda. I just want to focus on Rwanda. So I'd say sort of choose a country that you would like to invest in. Just run with it. Just go with it. I've traveled to Ghana. Ghana is a beautiful, beautiful country. I started traveling to Africa in 2010. And I've never looked back. I've just been doing my research, and I think, if you're interested to sort of relocate to Africa, do your research, go and visit different places where you sort of feel comfortable, where your heart is, where you feel your heart is at. Then yeah, just go for it, guys. I would say go for it. The time is now. I've been seeing a lot of calls, but I feel like we really need to put our money where our mouth is. We need to really say, right, I'm going to go for this opportunity. I know a lot of people may feel like, oh, but what if I fail? I think, you shouldn't think like that. Really, you should think, well, if it didn't work well, you could sort of evaluate and think, why didn't that opportunity go well? And just think about ways in which you can learn from that and how that will help you to grow. Yeah. So what made okay, sorry. So Emma Blake, welcome. I'm seeing new people joining the chat again. Welcome. I really appreciate every single one of you guys for taking the time out to join the live. Here today, the topic is business opportunities in Africa, specifically talking about Rwanda. If you have any contributions, please feel free to drop your comments or join the live stream. No one has joined us, to share their experience so far, but it's fine. We've been getting comments through to us. Someone is asking, what made you choose Rwanda? So what made I choose? Obviously, one of the reasons, I'm not going to lie, is because my husband is Rwandese. But also, as I said previously, I've been visiting Rwanda since 2014, and I've been going back every year since then. And I've like, for me, Rwanda's been consistent in terms of it being a safe place. It's clean. I can see the development. For me, I feel like the president is actually, you can see the progress in terms of when the president lays out a plan, and I go back the following year, I'm seeing, that project. The job is done. So he really does what he says he's going to do, and I've really seen how, like, people are there's a lot to be done, but people are progressing. People have been lifted out of poverty. Obviously, with every country you have, every country has its challenges, but for me right now, Rwanda is where my heart is, basically. But I'm willing to explore other countries.
Yeah, just add on what's the question is Rwanda. I think we spoke about that before. Is that Rwanda as a country, people who live in Europe or America, wherever they live, diaspora in general, you know, mostly we are coming, we live in the countries where the business is so fast, is growing so fast, for example, and in the system where you either in America or here, sometimes it's daunting when you go to back home in one country, which I may not know, but when you go there, you have money to invest. You are ready to do something. It's something you dreamed about, and you want to start something. And to register a business, it takes you 1 year, 2 years, even 4 years. Even you may end up never even register your business. But Rwanda, when you go to Rwanda, and as long as you have your business idea, it doesn't matter how much you have. Immediately you can register your business and follow up, start to work on it. That's I think it's not like because I'm from Rwanda, but that's as someone who's coming from the from the UK, and I have maybe less time. I really want to do my things and follow up rather than calling here and there and register my business 1 year, 2 years, and then maybe I'm gonna even change my mind. That's one thing. Second thing, in Rwanda, at least for me or for us, when we are in Rwanda, any service you want, of course, there's a room to grow, but at least wherever you go, or either in mayor office or anywhere or local authorities, they you can see their willingness to help you. They really want to help you.
Course,
And also sometimes in Rwanda they even have the division of no, your service for diaspora, specific for diaspora. They know we have less time, and also in Rwanda the government itself is encouraging either your Rwandese diaspora living in diaspora or a friend of Rwanda to come and invest. Whoever you're going to know, they know that's the policy. That's what the government wants. They want
you feel welcome.
Yeah, you feel welcome.
Yes.
That's why I think we chose Rwanda. But again, again, because we don't want to be locally, we think that it's good, either you or me, when you want to start your business, you want to grow bigger. So Rwanda as a country, but is within Eastern Africa community. So when you think about Rwanda, you don't think only Kigali. You think about growing your business and expand it, go beyond Kigali, Kampala, Nairobi. Next to Rwanda, there's Congo. You can expand your business. So that's why I think we chose Rwanda.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's why we chose Rwanda. We've got another question here, and it's the question: how much is housing or rentals in Rwanda? I think with regards to housing, like if you're talking specifically, let's just talk from like land straight up to like buying a house and even renting property. It varies depending on which part of Rwanda you are. So Kigali is a little bit more, which is the city, is more expensive than elsewhere. But for example, just buying land in Rwanda, you can have a decent piece of land from about £3,000 to, I don't know, roughly about 20 million, for example. So that's a piece of land. But if you also wanted to build on that land, that could cost you, depending on So right now, our brother is building a 4-bedroom property in Rwanda with 2 bathrooms, and that's costing around £20,000 to build. So yes, and then sort of renting again in Rwanda, there's different rentals. So if you're doing, for example, like an Airbnb, that can cost you probably like about £40, between £30 and £40 a night, with a good Airbnb. So yeah, I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
Yeah, Kigali is expensive because Kigali is clean. Is one of the cleanest city in the whole Africa, and it's also Kigali is safe. It's weird that when you are high street in London or somewhere in the UK, sometimes you don't feel safe. But it's weird that when people they talk about Africa, there's wars and so on. But it's weird when you're in Rwanda. But I'm sorry, but when I'm in Kigali, sometimes I feel safer than some other places
Yes.
in Europe. So so that's why I think maybe the and also because it's safe, people who are coming from Congo or neighboring countries, they are coming to invest in Rwanda because they can see the real estate is a huge business. So then I think that's increased the price of houses in Rwanda. But again, we are talking about, look, here in the UK, you buy a house, 2 bedrooms in London or 3, or here anywhere, you're talking about 500,000 or and again, if you're investing, that's an apartment, you may maybe put on Airbnb room £50 or £40. But in Rwanda, for example, in Kigali, even if we are saying it's damn expensive, still you can get
good profit.
Yes, you can buy a house for maybe £100,000, 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, 3 or 4 with big garden, huge. You can even build extension.
There's more potential in
and
Rwanda,
still make that money you'll be making here in London. So again, but if you go out of Kigali, just a little bit, half, where they're building international airport at Nyamata or Gesera airport, you can buy a house for 40 or 30,000 pounds. As he was saying, our brother is doing real estate. At the moment, there's a 4 bedrooms house, 2 bathroom, and the asking price, I think, is 30,000 pounds. So you see, you will never find that house here.
So we've got some new people joining. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Like today, the topic is about business opportunities in Africa. Specifically, we're talking about Rwanda today. If you've got anything to share, if you've got if you've got business ideas, or if you've started up any businesses, doesn't have to be specifically in Rwanda, you want to share, hit it with us, please. I'll send in the link for the last time because we'll be finishing up soon. And then you can come in and have a chat and share with the people. So someone has just sent through a question, and they said, if you had 30K, I'm just going to say 30,000, I don't know, pounds, will you buy or build an apartment in Kigali? I would say that that amount of money to build specifically in Kigali right now, it's too small. Right now, the land, you can purchase a piece of land in Kigali for roughly between a good sized piece of land for 20 to 30,000, if I'm correct. But that in a good area. But to buy an apartment with that amount, it's too small. But you can go outside of Kigali. 30 minutes drive. As I said, they're building a new airport in an area called Bugesera. So people have started to invest. We have also started to invest, or we have invested, we bought land within that area. So you can buy land, a good sized piece of land, and then use 20 or 25K of that money to build a really reasonable size house, 4-bedroom house, where you can live comfortable. And it would be a great investment that would bring you returns in the future. But in terms of using 30K to buy an apartment within Kigali, we would be lying if we said that you could do that.
Yeah, but still, as she said, you can invest that money around Kigali and still get your house.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, you could invest that in outside Kigali. Sorry, I'm just looking
outside
at
Kigali.
Okay, brilliant, guys. We've just got to get started. It's up to us, people from the diaspora, to really go forward and push through some of the barriers. There's huge potential within Africa. Within Europe, there's certain businesses that we would want to try and set up that we would never do as well as if we took that money, however small it may be, and invest that in Africa, I think we can see greater returns in terms of investing and getting something greater out of it. So for me, we made the decision to just stop talking. Let's you know let's just go forward and put things into action, and that's what we've been doing. And as soon as this whole sort of lockdown situation eases, then we'll be getting back to Rwanda as soon as possible. I love Rwanda so much. Yeah, and I plan to visit
I
the
think
places.
the young generation, we need to change the mindsets, and we don't have to wait to work until we drop, and then when we drop, we travel back to Africa. No, I think we need to change that. You can have a trial. You can have like 1 year off, and you go and follow your dream and start something.
I agree.
If you as my wife always says, you can go try everything. If it doesn't work, you have your passport. You can fly back and continue your job.
But don't go with that mentality. Go
mentality.
Go positive that it's going to work. You know what I mean? Do your research. Speak to other people. Speak to other people who are doing business in the areas that you would like to do. Get as much information as possible. Maybe think about joining up forces with somebody else who's interested in doing that business project. Don't go with the mentality that it's not going to work. Just, I think, remain positive, and you'll see that a lot of things will come out of that. Because I think a lot of people, there's fear in everything that we do, but I think if you start off with fear, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So really, just be in that positive mindset, that positive drive, and just say, what, I'm going for it. If this doesn't work, what's gone wrong, and how can I make it better? Because guys, we can do this. We can definitely do this. And I just want to say thank you, guys, every single one of you who've joined in today. You've had some valuable questions. Hope we've answered them. I know there'll be other business areas that we haven't spoken about, but I can always do another live and come and address some of those potential business ideas. Again, if you do want to contact me, please feel free to contact me. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please go ahead and do that. We have a PayPal account that you could. We have a PayPal account that you can support. Please do encourage other people by sharing this video, helping the channel to grow by sharing and liking this video. I really appreciate that. I think what we'll do, is there one more question? Someone is saying, first of all, let me just look at this. So we're just going to look at these two questions, and then we're going to finish up, guys. But thank you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up. Would it be wise to invest in Gisenyi? Right, okay, I'll let my husband talk on that. Gisenyi is beautiful. Before he talks, Gisenyi is beautiful. I love Gisenyi.
Gisenyi is very, very nice city. I think you're absolutely right to think about investing in Gisenyi. Gisenyi, for those who don't know about Gisenyi, is a city next to Goma. It's always, there's that vibe. I don't know what type of business especially you want to invest into, but what I know is that when you are in Gisenyi, basically it's like you're in the middle of two towns. Goma on Congo side and Gisenyi Rwanda side. Actually, many those Grand Barrier, Petite Barrier, there's borders between Congo and Gisenyi. They're so busy. I took my wife there one day. She stepped 1 feet to Congo, but Congolese Congolese people in
Are
general,
spenders.
they are spenders.
Yes, and they're always coming
They
into
love,
Rwanda.
yeah, they always come to Rwanda to do business, cross goods, and back and forth, back and forth. So you're saying again, it's a beautiful city next to Lake Kivu. For those people who love water, like myself, love
Oh
water.
my goodness.
So it's beautiful. Again, Gisenyi is next to Ruhengeri or Rubavu. Again, you can cross and to Uganda on the side of Musanze. So Gisenyi, I think, is a nice place to. I don't know what you're gonna do in Gisenyi, but it's very, very nice place to invest in. For us, we already start to invest, not in Gisenyi, but Musanze, Ruhengeri. We have
yes.
some project is under the oven.
Yeah,
so when we go to one, I think maybe we're gonna start to talk about it much. But when we invest that area, we know we're gonna travel, or sometime we can go to Gisenyi. So Gisenyi is beautiful. It's a beautiful city. Just go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's potential in Gisenyi. I know there's a lot of existing businesses around Gisenyi, but I also feel like there are gaps. So it depends on what you want to do. I'll encourage you to do your research, but definitely Gisenyi is a beautiful area, and I think it would be a great investment opportunity. So yeah, Gisenyi, go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. Someone's asking, how is the mentality in Rwanda? Because I've been making business in Ghana, and Ghana is hot and too busy. I think the business atmosphere in Rwanda is cool. How is the mentality? I think it's about your mentality when it comes to doing business, really. But yeah, in Rwanda, the business atmosphere it's for us, it's great. There's huge potentials, as we've discussed earlier on in the live. Yeah, it's about what you want to do, really.
Yeah, I can see saying that Ghana is hot. I've never been to Ghana. My wife has been to Ghana. She always wants us to go back. But Rwanda, I also love the weather. Weather in Rwanda is very beautiful. When it's too hot, it's 29, 28, or 30 in Kigali. But the rest of the country,
it's a little bit
cooler. Mostly in North Rwanda, northern Rwanda, it's cooler and it's beautiful. I never, complain about the weather. So Ghana is too busy, but sometimes also a place where they are too busy when the market, when you have a beautiful, a good business, then because people are busy and they are spending, then maybe it's a good area to invest.
Yes.
But Rwandese people, the mentality, they are not that, they're not loud people, they're calm. And if you want that laid back business where you can chill and enjoy. So,
but you still have to work hard if you want to make money. You still have to work hard. You still have to sweat.
Rwanda is peaceful country and people are calm. And so if that's what you want, welcome to Rwanda.
Yes, guys, we're going to end the live there. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you guys so much for being here and to listening in and making your contributions and asking us various questions. We really appreciate it. If you want to get in contact with me directly, you can. Someone just said, they'll just come to Rwanda next. They plan on coming on. To Rwanda, but I would do next year. Yeah, come to Rwanda. Welcome.
We'll be there. So,
so if we're there, we'll welcome you to Rwanda. If you're thinking about coming to Rwanda, you want to explore the country.
And also our plan before maybe finished. Our plan when we'll be in Rwanda, we are going to be showcase what we are doing as a business, but also talking to those people who are already in the business. Yes. We might be doing agribusiness, but some people may be in the other sector. So it's better, we talk to them, we discuss, we see opportunities, and those diaspora people who want to invest in different sectors.
So showing showcasing what's already available in Rwanda.
So we promise when we've been in Rwanda next year, hopefully you'll see more business opportunities, and you'll be happy to invest. And if you want to come when we'll be there, obviously we are happy to
guys.
welcome you
welcome
and show you around.
All right, guys, we're just going to end the live there. Thank you guys so much again. Please go ahead and like the video. Don't forget to share and stay connected, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.